everybody. It is Monday evening, 7 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. This is Candid Conversations, and I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel. And normally, starting in season 5, my intro, my welcome is very short, but I have had an afternoon today, y'all. So give me a moment. So I will let you know that coming up, we do have a fabulous boss chick this evening. She is a celebrity hairstylist. And so we're going to let her talk about her journey and how she came to do what she does and what makes her so special. We also have Miss Lika the Diva here with us to do the spotlight on beauty. So I hope you're ready. And what a night I set up for myself, right? My hair is not done. My makeup is whatever. And I have both beauty experts here. So we're going to see how this goes. But yeah, I think my husband is mad at me because my car stalled and it's not supposed to stall, right? But I was on my way to the store to buy something, and he's like, "What are you doing? Why were you over there anyway?" So it's a whole thing, right? Am I spending too much money? I don't think so, but whatever. Okay, so anyway, like I said, we have a wonderful boss chick coming up. We have spotlight, and of course, later on in the show, not that much later, maybe about 25 minutes into the show, we have girl talk. So if you haven't already, go and get your wine glass, get your wine, because we have some questions, some relationship questions, some scenarios that you need to be ready for. And of course, we have personal truths, but those are kind of always just random. Anyway, if you have no questions for me, because I don't see any comments yet, don't forget to comment, you guys. We need to know that you're out there. It's time for Miss Tiffany Daugherty, Boss Chick. All right, Miss Tiffany, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you. I wasn't sure how to introduce you, but you're looking good. So I just said celebrity hairstylist. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay. So what I typically do is I allow my boss chick to kind of have the floor for a couple of minutes and just tell me what it is you do and how you came to do that. And then I'll ask some other questions once you get started.
Okay, so I am a hairstylist. I've been in this field, I want to say maybe since I originally went to school in 97, 98-ish.
Okay.
So I didn't really get serious until maybe early 2000s. And that's when I began to work in the salon and service people. Actually got in the world of wanting to do hair by doing my own. So I visited a video set one day with my son's father. We were together at the time, and it made me say, I want to do this. When I seen the girls, like going behind the girls, so I'm like, I want to do this. So I honestly didn't follow the typical path that people would normally follow to get in. I was honestly blessed and I received God's favor because a client that I had been doing for years was her best friend was a agent. And a lot of people out there don't know that there are agents, just like you have an acting agent or whatever. There are agents that actually represent hair and makeup artists, wardrobe, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So my client's best friend was an agent. And I just randomly one day for New Year's resolution was like saying to her, "Oh my God, the New Year is coming. I really want to figure out how to get into the lane of entertainment." And she literally turned around in the chair to me and was like, "Girl, I've been telling you forever that my best friend's an agent. And there it was there.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is a blessing. So it kind of just fell in your lap.
It did actually. It
Nice. Okay.
did.
Yeah, because I didn't know. I mean, you and I have known each other for a very long
Very
time.
long
But look,
time.
you look just like you did at age 10.
Everybody says that. I got that little baby face. You look the same too, though. So you cannot say no different. We both probably look like we looked.
Wow. Yeah, growing up in South Central, you can't tell, right? We've done good.
Right.
So now I will tell everybody because I think at the time, I think it was 2013. And the reason I think it was because I believe it was at a time in my life when I came back to visit LA, and I was just like, I haven't seen anybody that I grew up with in like decades. And so I'm just reaching out to everybody. And I know that I posted on Facebook, I'm in LA. If you know me, holla, we can do lunch or whatever. And did you offer to do my hair? Because I don't even know if I knew you were a hairstylist at the time.
I think you may have made a mention to some degree about wanting to do a new style or like cut your hair or something. And then I
I,
commented to you like, wait, for real? Because as you know, we've known each other since we were kids. So you've always had this long, beautiful, luscious, gorgeous hair. So to hear you say you want to cut it, I was like, what? And me knowing you, I'm like, I want to be a part of that. So I think I like reached out to you and was like, hey, you know what? If you serious, I got you.
yes, yes, yeah. And I chopped it off not that long after that. But yeah, okay. So because the reason that I brought that up is because I think that's how I found out that you were a celebrity hairstylist, because I came to your shop and there was nobody in there. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, how is she making money? She ain't got nobody in her shop. And you were like, oh, girl, I'm about to go do Jocelyn's hair or something. You said like that. And I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop at the time. But you were like, oh, Jocelyn's just Jocelyn. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. So I had to call, I think I called my cousin and she was like, yeah, Jocelyn's on Love and Hip Hop. Da, da, da. And I'm like, what? Okay. So it was very exciting just to even find that out. So you've already told me how you came to do that. But I also want to know, so when you do a celebrity's hair, do you empty out the shop, or do you only do celebrity hair, or?
So initially, I used to take celebrity clients in the salon. There was only a few that would like to come, but they're all kind of really private. So it'll be more of a house call, or I can go to their hotel or whatever the situation may be. But since COVID, I have completely left out of the salon altogether. So it's been about, well, nearly 3 years since COVID that I haven't been in the salon because it's just too scary.
Yeah.
And so I go to them at this point because there's a lot of testing. They're all pretty much vaccinated. So,
Yeah.
it's an easier space. But yeah, I go to them now. But before, yes, I would take a few in the salon, and those that were comfortable, and believe it or not, there would be a lot that would be comfortable that would just come in when everyone's there and just be down to earth. Because I mean, you got to understand, you don't really get that experience anymore, the salon experience. Because one thing about us, and us of color and us women, like, we love our hair, and the salon is a full on experience. You may be
It
there a whole day, but you got the whole experience. So being a celebrity, you don't get that anymore because you're kind of in a bubble. So there were people that would be comfortable to come on down, and I didn't have to clear it out.
Okay, that's nice. What was I gonna ask you? Now, have you ever done hair like on set for the
Yeah,
or anything? Oh, okay.
regularly. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's my thing now. So since I stopped working in the salon,
mhm.
now I do set work and personal. I mean, I go to personal clients. So
Okay.
that's what I do.
Okay. That sounds very nice. I mean, do I really need to ask, do you like it?
You know what? It has its ups and its downs. The It gets exciting, but then the hours can be grueling. Like,
Mm,
when you're working on set, like sometimes it's like 12-hour minimum days,
Oh,
minimum 12 hours for the day. So the hours can be excruciating sometimes. So
got
it
it.
has its ups and downs, but you have to love what you do
Yeah,
to be able to do it. So yeah, I love it.
that makes sense. So, of course, I need to know whose hair have you done lately? That
Oh
we
my
know.
God. Well, lately, well, I will say whose hair I've done over the time. I mean, I've worked with Rihanna, I've worked with Jennifer Hudson, I've worked with Kenya Moore from the Housewives. I've worked with so many people that the list can go on and on and on throughout the years because I've been doing it professionally now since about 2005.
Okay.
So
Okay. Now, do you ever get like that phone call or that schedule in your book that says, hey, it's going to be this person, and you get excited to go do their hair? Like, do you have a client that, I mean, I don't know what would make you excited. Like, is it the experience? Is it the home? Is it, whatever? But anybody that you're like, yay, I'm doing her hair today.
I kind of don't anymore because it's kind of like
Routine now.
yeah, it's routine and I just go there and do my job and I try to stay out the way. But I will say this. I've been waiting on this call and I have not gotten it, but when I do, this is the one I'm gonna jump up and down for. Janet Jackson. Like she is my all-time favorite since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And if I get that call, I'm jumping up and down.
Okay. Jumping up and down. People around you might need to be careful. Yes, I'm
Absolutely.
a
Like
JJ fan
literally,
too.
I'll tell you a quick story about her. So I was working at the BET Awards one year and I was doing a whole other client. I was doing Yara Shahidi that she's on the Gronin show and right. So I was with her and we were in our whole other space and Janet was there getting honored and literally she was like waiting to come out. I was stalking the hallway like like a maniac like I kept
Oh,
looking out the door, stalking the hallway. I wasn't even paying attention to my own client because I just needed to catch her walking down the hallway. And I did. And she spoke and she waved, and I fell in love. Like, oh my God, I got to do her hair at least one time before I'm done. So,
oh
yeah.
my goodness. I can imagine. Yes. I'm a JJ fan. I'm trying to think of, I mean, because I went to, I don't know, a concert. I don't know. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but I was just surprised that when we were walking to our car, it was at the Chicago Theater. I don't know if you've been to Chicago Theater because it's Chicago, but
Yeah.
there's an alleyway between the Chicago Theater and the parking lot where you park. And we were going to our car, and she was in the alley getting in the car. We're like, wait, what? How? Like you
Like,
kind of expect like them to be shielded, to never see. You know what I mean? You only see them on stage. So yeah, no, I can definitely attest to your excitement. I mean, at least for our generation. I don't know that my daughter.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I've worked with Kelly Rowland and so Beyonce is I'm not really a Beyonce fan, so a lot of people would be like, "Oh my God, not Beyonce," but I'm not really a Beyonce fan, but I haven't had the opportunity to work with her in particular, but I've worked very closely to her. So
Okay. Sounds good. So of course, I brought you on the show because I feel like you are a boss chick, just knowing you from, over the years to see the path that you made for yourself. But in your own words, how would you say that you are a boss chick, or what makes you a boss chick?
I would say what makes me a boss chick is um knowing my upbringing and being raised in South Central, it could have gone a number of ways.
Hmm.
And I continued to strive and I never gave up and I continued to go and I set a goal for myself and I continued to reach different heights to achieve it and I never stopped. So I would say in that regard, I would call myself a boss chick.
Awesome. And so, what about the aspiring boss chicks, people that have big visions and goals and, just are trying to figure out their way, or even just encouragement to keep doing what they might be doing already? Do you have any advice for them?
I do actually. Inspiring boss chicks, I will say this. You guys have it made kind of right now. So there is no room for you guys to even give up on your dream or even feel like your mission is too big because we had humble beginnings. We didn't have the internet, and like we didn't have a lot of things for us to push to get to where we are. So there are so many tools laid out there for you inspiring boss chicks at this point, for you to just get on your wave and continue to keep going and research. And there's many people who have come before you. Don't be afraid to reach out to them, to ask them for advice, because you'll be surprised how much a person that has made it before you will look back and give you the knowledge and bring you right up. So don't think your vision is too big, first of all,
Mhm.
and go for it. Shoot for the stars.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Now, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to say or tell everybody? Because with you being a celebrity hairstylist, it's not like people can just contact you, right, to get their hair done.
Absolutely, they can.
Oh, they
Absolutely,
can?
they can.
Oh,
Absolutely. I'm not okay. So I'm not that stylist to where, I mean, I am a celebrity stylist. Don't get me wrong, but I compartmentalize my celebrities and my regular clients. The only thing is that I have not been in a salon since COVID. So if
okay.
I was still in a regular salon, it would be, it would still be the same. Like I would go to the salon and do my client, and then go do my celebrity clientele or my set work.
Got
So
Okay.
yeah,
So then how would people get in touch with you? How, if they want you, Tiffany Daugherty Brown, to do their hair, how would they get in touch with you?
you can go to my Instagram, and my phone number is in my Instagram. My Instagram is at Tip Does Hair, and my phone number is embedded right in there. You can reach me directly. I'm not I'm
You're
not
not
like
untouchable?
I'm not the celebrity they are. So
Okay, got
let's just establish that.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I so enjoyed talking to you. I would like to extend an invitation for you to stay on and have a little girl talk with us a little later in the show after the spotlight. If you have time, that'll be good.
That
Yes?
sounds good. I'll
All
stick
right.
around.
Yay. Okay. So up next, everybody, is Miss Lika the Diva with our spotlight on beauty. So get your pen and your pad ready, because I know she has some very important information for us. All right, hold tight. Here's Miss Lika the Diva.
Hello, beauties and gents. It's your girl, Ms. Lika the Diva, your favorite skincare and beauty consultant. Yes, I know you may not have known that I was your favorite, but hopefully by the end of this spotlight, I will be, okay? So thank you, Aisha, for having me back on the show. Tiffany, if you're still in LA, girl, I need to holler at you. We can get this hair hooked up. But I think it's so funny that Aisha led or opened the show talking about how she doesn't have a lot of makeup on today, because that's actually what I want to talk about today. So I want to talk about what I call my 5 minute face. So if you've seen me on the show before, usually I've got my lashes on, and the hair's done differently, right? But face is beat, right? Well, today I wanted to just kind of bring it back, right? So we're going into the spring. I know we're at the end of February, but we've talked about new year, new you, and getting rid of old product. But what about if you just want to look polished, but not take a lot of time, and not necessarily have a counter full of products, right? So I'm here to give you my tips on a 5 minute face. Okay. So for me, a 5 minute face consists of my standard like moisturizer, but I also use a CC cream. Now, the one I use is a Mary Kay CC cream, and basically it's just a color correcting cream, right? So it is tinted. So it is roughly the same color as my skin complexion. Um, but think of it as a tinted moisturizer. And so I like to mix it with my regular moisturizer just to give a little more moisture to my face. And then I will, and that's just my base, right? And I put that on just like regular mascara, moisturizer, regular moisturizer. So that just kind of evens my complexion. If I have any redness or anything like that, it'll kind of tone that down and it'll make me look all one complexion, right? And then because I happen to be a combination to oily skin girl, I need something that's going to tone down the shine, okay? Because I get oily on my forehead and on my nose. So I typically use a loose powder. So this one is a Mary Kay setting powder or loose powder. You could also use a translucent powder, which typically it might look white, like a white powder in the packaging, but it actually goes on colorless. So translucent powders can also be good. I tend to not use translucent powders because any translucent powder that I have used as a brown skin girl tends to give a white cast, right? So even though it's supposed to be colorless, it gives a little bit of a white cast. So when you take pictures, it looks a little ashy. So if you find a translucent powder that does not do that, by all means, use that. But that's just why I use a colored loose powder. Now, I also I fill in my eyebrows. Look, you're getting all the goods. You're hearing all of the secrets today on how I do my face. So my eyebrows, they do look like this, but like my eyebrow stops right here. So I have to like draw in the rest of the tails. So I do use a tinted brow pomade. You can do it with a pencil. You can do it with a pomade, like what I use. And I just fill in my eyebrows. I don't take 5 hours to do it. I just kind of follow the lines where my hair already is, and then just draw the rest of the tail. And then I use a mascara. So your favorite mascara. This is not necessarily a branded spotlight. So whatever your favorite mascara is that makes you feel like your eyes look alive, that's why I use mascara. It's like mascara is one of those things. If I were to be stranded on a desert island, there are very few, makeup products that I would need, but mascara would definitely be one of them. And then last but never least, a lip, right? Just something to give some color back to your face. So I like lip gloss when I'm not wearing a mask, because, now that we're finally sort of coming out of the pandemic, we can start thinking about not wearing masks again. And so I chose today to wear a red lip because it's a little more bold, but always like a nude lip gloss could always work. And it just kind of pulls everything together. And it literally takes about 5 minutes to feel like you're pulled together, to give that finishing touch to your face without necessarily having to spend a lot of time and a lot of product, getting yourself together in the morning. So that is my 5-minute face. And if you ever need any suggestions on products or, I don't know, I do reviews on my YouTube page, which is Makeup by Ms. Lika. I also have an Instagram page, Makeup by Ms. Lika, and very similarly to Tiffany, I can be reached directly through my Instagram. So either DM me or my number is also attached to my Instagram. So 5-minute face, ladies, you can do it. It doesn't have to be complicated, and you can look like yourself, elevated. So hashtag you elevated. All right. So now, thank you for my spotlight. And now to girl talk. All right. I'll see you over there.
Oh, yes. It's time for girl talk with Dawn B, Latanya, Eudania, and yours truly, your laid back, down to earth life coach. All right, ladies, it's time to decide. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth? Think about it, but whatever you choose, just don't forget the wine. everybody.
Hello.
All right. Sorry, I don't know what happened, Dawn. I was hearing the echo, so I had to mute you. I apologize.
Oh, I was listening to Mary J. My bad.
All
Mary
right.
J.
So, you're so funny. Okay, so filling in, let me get that off of your eye. Hold on. There we go. That was it. All right. So, filling in for Eudania, at least today, is Maisha. So let's welcome Maisha back.
Hi.
Hi,
And
everyone.
our spotlight on beauty consultant, Miss Lika the Diva. Welcome.
Hey.
And
Hi,
our
everybody.
pop chick for the evening, Tiffany Daugherty Brown. So we have our panel for the evening, and I hope you ladies are ready. But before we do that, did anybody want to ask Tiffany or Lika any questions before we get started with Girl Talk?
Tiffany, I just had to say, girl, please don't mind the hair. We fighting right now. I'm gonna have to come find you and we can work this out.
Well, I'm in LA, so we are gonna be able to make that happen.
Awesome. Awesome. Look at that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Miss Tiffany.
Yes, love.
So you know how you so when you watch television, right, or movies or whatever, and you see do you watch Power?
I do.
Do you want to do anything to old girl's wig? Like, why does her wig?
Wait a minute, which one though? Because listen,
What's Mama's
don't
name?
get me started on these wigs. Which one?
I can't remember that. So okay, I'm gonna scratch that question. I can't remember her damn name, but
What
so
character
I
did she
know
play?
Which character?
she played Tyreek's mama.
Oh,
Tasha?
oh, Tasha. I have been fighting Tasha's wig. I have been on my television pulling it down. I've been spraying trying to cover the lace on my TV for years. It just ain't gonna work.
Oh, no. I know how you guys do it. This is my real question, serious question. Okay, so you stylist people are special. It takes a special person to sit on somebody's head as long as you guys do all day. It's nuts. Everybody that's really good always have like, oh, that's my technique. I made this up. Do you have one of those?
No, I will say I probably used to, but now that there's a university YouTube, they done taught everybody everything, so we ain't got no secrets no more.
Gotcha.
That's cute.
Okay.
University YouTube. Okay, cool. Hey, Shoshana. All right. Love you too, sis. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining Girl Talk for the first time or haven't been here in a while, I'm going to go over how we do things really quickly and then we'll get started. So, on Girl Talk, we have questions, relationship questions, scenarios, and personal truths. So, the personal truths can be kind of random. Sometimes they are deep and sometimes they're not. So it's just kind of a toss up. But it is something we're requesting the truth about, right? So what will happen is I usually start with the person who is directly next to me on the screen, which happens to be Miss Lika. So Miss Lika is going to go first. The person whose turn it is gets the first opportunity to choose either a personal truth, a question, or scenario. They get to respond to it uninterrupted. And then once they're done with their complete answer, the rest of us will chime in. Good to go? Yes, Lika?
Yes.
All right, Lika, are you ready?
Well, I'm biting my nails, but yes. Okay, I'll take a question, a relationship question.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see what we have. Ex or current, is your grown child's spouse / lover a dating option for you?
Wait, what?
No.
So let me say this. I can never tell you what somebody's thinking when they write this, okay?
Okay.
And sometimes I have to I have to clean it up a little bit.
So it feels very much to me like the question is asking, if I had a grown child, which I don't have, but if I had a grown child, would their ex be a dating possibility for me?
Yeah.
With your ex,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you say, Dawn? Because you might.
What about it's like it says, is your ex or current grown child a dating option?
I'll put it back on the screen.
Ex or
Your
current grown child's spouse
or lover ever a date? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to share a lover with my child ever. Not like never. No. And I don't have kids, so there's that. But no.
You know what? I think in this day and age, I don't, some people, I guess there's a saying that says if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I think in this day and age, there's a whole lot of energy that says it's okay, whatever it is. And so I think people, for whatever reason, because I don't, they tangle with some things. I don't know. I mean, because I never could understand, like, how can you I can't even look at my cousin's spouse, my friend's spouse, and be like, oh, he's cute. Like that it's like So
I've been hit on by a friend's ex-boyfriend. And I just looked at him like, sir, the reason why I know you is because you dated her. Absolutely not. And like they're still friends, but no longer dating or whatever. Like she had moved on and whatnot. But I was like, still, sir, no, not at all. So no.
I'm still confused. So my ex-boy, okay. So my ex is
no, the other way around. So like,
so your child's current or ex?
Okay, my current boyfriend's grown child.
No.
So let's say you had a daughter. Okay, let's just.
And I would date her boyfriend.
Right.
I date her.
Right.
Of all the people in the world, I'm gonna go for her man.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it an
say your word, Dawn.
Oh hell no! Which one? Which one?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Let me think. Well, hold on. Let me fall back. So my daughter's boyfriend
or ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he? Because sometimes they be dating too young, and he probably more my age. Like I have a friend, right? This is a true story. He has a baby mama, and his baby's mama, his son's mother, his mother is older than him. Like he's older than her mother. He's older than his baby's mama. So he was like, damn, I should have got with her. I'm like, yeah, you should have running with these little young chicks. You should have got with her mama, crazy fool. Now everybody
didn't get with her though, right?
No, but he should have. He would have been in a better predicament. Okay. But that's his joke. He always was like, man.
Well, I would say that since in that scenario, since he did end up getting with the younger, whatever, it would never be a possibility that we could ever have anything. Like, no.
Right.
I would never even think twice.
What kind of love and hip hop ass question?
You don't want to have a nephew son?
What's crazy is that, like, okay, so I got this question probably about 2 weeks ago, but I just saw the Medea movie, the Homecoming one.
And the new one. Yeah, I just saw it last night.
Yeah, something like that happens in there, and it's just every time I see that, I'm just always wondering, like you said, Dawn, all the people in the world, and you had to go there. So I just
that's
don't understand.
Lazy. That's inconsiderate. Go
I mean,
outside. Damn.
okay, so let me play devil's advocate for a minute, because I know that sometimes people say you can't help who you love and you love who you love or whatever. So I'll play devil's advocate for a minute. What if it did turn out to be like a real serious love and this was your partner for the rest of your life? And it started off shady, but now that this is your partner, does that make it okay?
I don't think I can
Exactly.
ever enter into anything like that
Same
because
way
I'm
I
not
felt
a
when I first
partner.
thought.
You're reaching, Tiffany. You're reaching. No.
No, I was just asking. That's my
No,
process. But I'm asking because I know people make excuses. So that's one of the excuses that
Yeah,
they
they
make.
should-
So that's
they
why I
should
was asking.
never
No,
been in
you
that.
can't even get in that situation. You cannot even get in that situation. That's a no. I don't play that. Like friends, like
Right.
that's the girl code from way back when. Like that is the girl code. And
Your daughter's
with
own
your
boy-
child, like
Scandal.
I would, yeah, that's a
First,
no.
ass out of here. That's crazy. That's thirsty.
I just don't even think that should be a thought. It should just be dead in the water.
Right.
All right.
I
Okay.
agree.
LaTanya. I don't know what happened to Maisha. Okay, but LaTanya, it's your turn. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
A scenario.
All right, my girl. Let's see what we have. With all the craziness going on in the world right now, one side of my family has very strong views one way and the other half the other way. Some family members are even pushing their views onto everyone else, whether they've researched or not. I still love and respect them all, but I struggle to say enough is enough. How can I respectfully disagree with these opinions my family members hold?
Go, guys.
I think that honestly, I think that those different views fall in the same category as like religion and politics with COVID, with like everything that's going on. I don't push my views on anyone else. I just like I respect everyone's opinion, and that person, whatever her situation is, she's gonna have to remove herself from it. Like it's just certain things I just don't get into it with. Like since COVID, there have been more doctors, researchers, chemists, biologists. It's just it's way too much. And it's just like leave it alone. It's just a headache. So that's my opinion. Just like leave it alone, leave it in that same category as I stated with religion and politics.
Yeah, just be like, word.
Right. Basically.
If I have another conversation about to vaccine or not to vaccine.
Right.
Like, girl, just do whatever you're gonna do, but stay your little outbreak monkey away from me, okay? We vaccinated over here.
Not outbreak monkey.
That is too funny. You say outbreak monkey?
You remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes. That's the everybody buying them fake vax cards. You're gonna be the outbreak monkey. Now we're gonna be back in the house. That's my opinion. But just be like, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Dawn. I'm like, I'm not getting involved in these arguments. Oh, when did you become a scientist?
Right.
Oh, right, exactly. Never? Right. Okay, I'm gonna be over here.
YouTube University.
University will tell you.
YouTube is good for a lot of things. That ain't one of them, though.
It's University YouTube will tell you guys. I would say that honestly to this person, if you care to state your opinion and then back out. Like give a person their space to state theirs and respect their opinion like you want them to respect yours. And get out of there. But if you can't get a word in edgewise, then get out of there. Just let it go.
Right. I agree. I think it should be. I mean, you have to know your audience. I mean, you have to know who you're around. You know your family members. If you can have an intelligent conversation with just exchanging information, okay, do that. But it sounds like she's being pulled in two different directions. Which, yeah, why even? Yeah, just don't even have those conversations. I would say. All right. Anyone else before we move on to the next one? Okay. That was Latanya. Okay. Tiffany, you want to go?
Sure.
Choices,
What is it? Which one was it?
question, scenario, or personal truth.
Okay, we did a question and scenario. I'll go for the personal truth then.
All right. How do you greet your husband when he comes home?
I always greet my husband with a hug and a kiss and a smile. Always. Even when he pisses me off and I'm not feeling him today, he still at least get a hug and a kiss. And it might be a half-ass kiss, but he still gets a hug.
Yeah, I totally agree. I see Latanya shaking her head. Same for you.
I think that not
said
all
what?
the time. Not all the time. It honestly depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm working or something, I'm like, "Hey, babe," and that's that.
Oh, okay,
Like,
you're working, so you're occupied.
yeah. So it really it depends on what I'm doing, or But I always I will at least speak.
Yeah.
But he comes in on the phone all the time. Like, yeah. So like he may be walking in the door right now and it's like, dude, I'm on the thing,
I'm on the show here. That's so funny. Yeah. I would say my goal definitely is to greet with a hug and a smile and a kiss every time. But it does kind of depend on what you're doing, where you are. And sometimes, like you said, my husband might come in on the phone and I can't even get his attention. So I have to kind of gauge where he is because he can have reactions that he's not aware of. So like if he's on a serious phone call and I don't know it and I go up to hug him anyway, then it's kind of like a, and I don't want to, I'll wait or whatever. So it might not be as soon as he comes in, but when I know that we can, meet eye to eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I always
You always what?
Always used to greet my ex-husband with 5 fingers to the face. No. I'm divorced.
That didn't work. He didn't like that.
He didn't like it. So that's it. I don't even know. No, I don't. It was sometimes I greeted him with sleep because it's all hours. It was any. But I did try to say every time we need to at least hug at least. But that didn't work. So anyway, I'm done. My plans is to never get married again. I'm sorry. Did I say that? No. I'm glad that I think that you should at least have a happy face. Even if you're not feeling it, just like in 10 minutes, I'm about to tell you for real what happened. Like, but a
lot of times for me, like if I forget or like if we're in another space, I'm on the phone, he's on the phone or whatever, he will come back and remind me as well and be like, "Hey, I didn't get a hug and kiss." So that's why it's a normal thing for me to do because he reminds me to do it as well. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure I stay on top of this because this must be his love language and it must be something that he needs. So let me stay on top of that.
No, I think that's very really important. Good. I think that you should greet each other. Couples should greet each other with at least a happy face because that's your home. You coming into your home.
Absolutely.
You know, coming into this space like, I don't want to come home anymore. Like it'll grow. It can spiral. It's very important how you greet your spouse.
I agree. No, I agree with you. I think that it sets the tone, like you said. I always want my home to be my safe space. Or it's not necessarily always my happy place. It might be my tired place. It might be, but
Mhm.
at the very least, it needs to be a safe space. So yeah, I think I agree with you that how you greet your spouse is everything. All right, cool. That was Tiffany, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Uh,
It's your turn.
what am I do? That was a personal.
Mhm.
I don't get a question.
the question. Ladies, F you. We're gonna leave it like that in front of everybody. What are you doing?
I'm probably gonna shut the fuck up. Cause I'll be so stunned, like, ugh.
Right.
Like, what was I even saying for him to say STFU? Like, damn, you irritated as hell. I should be quiet. For a few minutes, until we all regroup. Like,
Exactly.
you
Because
imagine?
how do you plan a response to that?
You
Like,
cannot.
you can't see that coming. Because my husband doesn't talk to me like that. So if
Right.
that happens, I'm sure I'd be shocked. Like,
What?
like
Who the f- you? Okay, so
it might be one of these, like,
Who you talking to? Huh? Like,
Right, so my mouth, I'll be like, who the fuck?
you got me. You got me. We recording.
or
with
did
you,
somebody
Tanya.
slip something in your drink? Like, what is happening here?
This
Because
got to be a TikTok video, bro.
it might be the pump.
I
Yeah.
remember. Okay, it depends on too. If he said STFU, because I've done that before, not to us, I did it as a joke, or if he actually said "shut the fuck up," like I think it'd be a whole different reaction too.
oh wait. So you think he would just say STFU?
If you don't STFU, I've said that on some silliness, but it still got the point across. But if he actually told me to shut the fuck up,
In front of everybody? Oh, what?
I mean, I don't even know how I feel if he told me in front of nobody. But
Right.
Exactly.
so, okay, so this happened to me. I hope he's not watching. Okay, I'll just say one day. I almost gave the specific day. So I was hanging out with this guy I was dating, and we were talking. We were having a conversation, and he asked me a question, and I was like, he was like, I asked you a question. I said, oh. Now you asked me a question. I'm thinking of the answer right now. Like, are you okay? Everybody was sitting there. I mean, I don't know if anybody caught it, but probably my girlfriend that was sitting right there. But I'm like, what the fuck is you gonna put that Tito's down, bro? We all about to catch a case in this Airbnb. And then same night. So I'm just not down because I've gotten labeled you're too strong. You single because of your mouth and all this. I'm like, nah, I'm not too strong. I mean, you met me at Home Depot. Like, we been knew I was strong. Your mouth, because I'm not gonna talk to you like that. Like,
Right.
as much as I talk in life, I talk a lot as my profession. I talk trash, but I don't treat my husband or my boyfriend like that. And one comedian asked my ex-husband before we got married, man, how you did with her mouth? I said, can I handle this? Because I don't talk to my man the way I talk to your ridiculous ass. That's how he handles me. So I would never tell anybody to shut the F up that I'm married to. Wow. I've been in the back. But I'm not rude. I don't know. That's it for me.
Okay. So, LaTanya, how many times did Don cuss?
STFU was in the specific question.
I'm not even talking about STFU. It's okay.
Well,
I'm just
Dawn, I'll
That was
defend
fun.
Dawn. I'll let her keep her money because she was kind of like
Cutting it.
the curse words were based on the question. But I was kind of collecting mentally. I was like, oh, we will have a good night out with this swear jar with Dawn.
I cut the word off. I didn't even say the whole word.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So if we don't hear the at the end, got it. All right. Okay. I am missing my friend Maisha. I don't know what happened. Hopefully, well,
I saw her trying to log back in a few times.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm so sad. I don't know what's going on. Okay, but that means it's my turn. Okay, so I always try to evaluate. We did 2 questions, 1 scenario, and 1 personal truth.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do a personal truth.
Oh man, we got so many questions. I mean, comments.
We do?
Oh,
okay, well,
okay, never mind.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's see what. Oh Lord. Have you ever broken the law? Okay, so,
Oh yeah.
So are we talking about running, passing the speed cameras? Because I get a lot of those in the mail.
Slow down. That's not really breaking the law.
But this is what happens though, because I prefer to take the expressway. Like I'm so over traveling on the streets and all of that. And sometimes my GPS will change my route and I'll end up on the street. And that's how I end up getting a speed camera, because I'll go down a street that I'm not used to going down. And it's not like I'm going 80 on the street or anything, but we have these zones where it's like you can't go past 30 miles per hour. Well, do you know how slow 30 is? Like, I need a big red sign that says, stop, you can't go over 35 miles per hour right here. Otherwise, it doesn't feel abnormal. The speed that I'm going. Like I said, I'm not
going 80, but I am going 70.
No, it's 30. I might be going like 37, 40 miles per hour. I'm not, like, if traffic is moving, I'm moving. I'm not flying past traffic. So okay. And then the only other time I can think of that I may have broken the law, I think I was about 3. It was unintentional.
Girl.
I went shopping with my mom. We got to the car, and I don't even remember this. She told me. She said, I was like, Mommy, look at what I have. And I had a candy bar in my hand. She was like, where'd you get that? And I was like, oh, it's back there. Like,
Aisha.
Girl.
I think we've all broken the law by like not telling the cashier that water is at the bottom if they don't remember it.
No, I'm not that person, because I believe in, blessings being blocked and all that. So if I find that out, I'm going back to pay for it. I'm not doing that. Girl, I'm leaving that for you.
I'm not going back because I don't want to get the cashier in trouble.
All you got to do is pay for it. You won't get the cashier in trouble.
Okay. If you walk out the store with the water, I used to be a cashier like way back in the day.
You know what?
That was my first job, and it's always like behind the registers they have like stickers like bottom of basket, like check the bottom of the basket. If you don't check the bottom of the basket, like just leave, just go.
Well, you know what? I can say this though, Latanya. I would say probably 99.9% of the time I do self checkout. So it would be no cashier that's about to lose their job.
And you scan everything in your self checkout?
You say what? Oh yeah. I don't know where you shop, but it's people scanning over you when you do self checkout. And look, let me tell you what what happened. So I was at Meyer over here in Evergreen Park, and let's say I had something, I'm scanning it, and I think it's scanned, and I put it in my bag, and then this thing goes off, boom, 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 and I'm like,
and then they'll replay you.
Shows you a video clip of you putting it in your bag, and it didn't scan. So it's like,
dang. Oh yeah, we in Los Angeles, so we haven't got that high tech yet. So stuff kind of probably accidentally don't scan, you know.
I probably accidentally don't scan on purpose. You know how it goes.
They'd be like, "Could you please remove that last item out of the bag? You did not scan it."
Oh my God! Yikes!
Yeah, so, that was embarrassing, and that was an accident. Like I thought it scanned because you're next to people and things are beeping. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, whoa, what's the light? What's the video? I'm like,
wow, that's crazy.
I like those kinds of things. So yeah, I pretty much follow the rules.
I don't know if I broke the law, but I've been in jail a few times.
No, you have to play more. What?
I mean, one time I ran under turnstile. I was working at Marshall Fields and a train was coming. I had my bus fare, but I didn't want to walk. If that side was locked, like I would have to run all the way around something. So I just dipped. And then they ran out like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "To the train." Like, here's my bus fare. It's like a token and a quarter or something. And then they took me to jail. And then one time
they took you to jail for that?
For jumping the turnstile?
Yep. In Marshall,
that's not a ticketable offense. You don't just get a ticket. You go to jail.
It was the chick. She was like, "We're taking you in." They called a paddy wagon, and he was like, her partner was like, "You writing this up if we take this in?" Yeah.
So it couldn't have been like, okay, but I have my fare right here, and you just.
I just opened my hand. It was right there. I was dressed. Wow. I was working at Marshall Field, so I wasn't like. I had on my little skirt, my blouse. I looked like I had a home, but
wow,
that was one. It was crazy. I think because I was a nappy-headed hoe. You know how they judge you. I was woke. I was woke.
Lord have mercy. I'm trying to think. I mean, I want to be honest. I really don't think that I have, but I want to play fair.
I used to steal out of Target at Illinois State University. We used to clean Target out in Kohl's. We stayed with a fresh pair of K-Swiss every week.
What? No.
Are you, man? I used to steal chicken out of Walmart. I had a problem. I became addicted to it. Like 12 pieces of fried chicken out of Walmart with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce.
Wow. That's a lot. Wow.
I was at Illinois State. We started doing it at Target, and then I went down to Southern and Carbondale. And then I upgraded and started stealing polo gear. I was like, Lord, I got a problem with the sensor with the ink in it. And then I used to put the sensor with the ink in the freezer to freeze up the ink so we could pop them off.
That's really
wow, just all
that's
the tips.
Genius. No, just playing.
Oh,
I was out of control.
You're so smart.
I was so crazy. Smart. I was slick. And then, okay, how much time we got it done? I just got arrested. I didn't get arrested this time, but I stole from Ultra. Was that Ultra? They used to be up there on 87th Street.
Yeah, that was Ultra.
And it was 729 cameras in the back. I did not. It was all little cameras on the wall. He was like, "Come here, give me that." And I had bought some stuff, but I was so addicted to stealing that I stole some eyeliner, right? And then he had my name, and he was like, "Don Boatman," as in Rayfield Boatman. "Is your dad the president of the?" I was like, "Shh, just take me to." He's like, "How you in here stealing? And your dad is the president of United Food and Commercial Workers."
Right. You don't need to steal anything.
He knew it. I did it. I stole it. And then he sent me I had to pay a fine. And that's it.
Aisha.
I'll be breaking it up.
What did she say?
Not anymore. I don't.
AT&T won't let me be great. Oh. Okay. Well, then that absolutely means we have to have you back. Ooh, okay. That last 50 seconds went by really quickly. Okay, ladies, it's time to close. I really appreciate you all being here. Give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere just yet. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations. We had a blast tonight. As always, the time flies by. I want to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell so that you don't miss any more of these shows. I want to thank our boss chick this evening, Miss Tiffany Daugherty, for sharing her story. Thank you, Miss Lika the Diva, for giving us our beauty tips. I always love those. And next week, our boss chick will be Fatima Turner, and our spotlight will be on health with Dr. Carletha Hughes. This is the Laid Back Down to Earth Life Coach, reminding you to know and embrace true love because you're worth it. Have a blessed evening and good night.